So good day everyone, I'm Christico Sansalavan, I'm from BSIT 2D, and then I'm going to find the following of this data given and in 1 to 6 questions given by Sir Kanama, our professor, and quantitative method. So first is the annual maintenance, then the dollar sign, then the car age or the years. So to study the set, I'm going to find first is the dependent variable, second is the independent variable, then third is the r, then the fourth is the r squared, then fifth is the regression model, then sixth is the car age equals to 4.5 years. What is the annual maintenance cost? So first is we know that Sir Kanama told us about the linear regression or the regression or any multiple regression. So the linear regression and statistic regression analysis includes many methods for modeling and investigating several variables when the focus is on the relationship between the dependent variable. So on one of the most independent variables, so it gets the linear regression. Then next is the also we called as the multiple regression. So in multiple regression, it is the statistical technique that can be used to analyze the relationship so between a single and dependent variable. So variable that are several to the independent variables. So the object of multiple regression analysis is to use the independent variables to host the values and known to predict the value of a single independent variable. So here we are the x and y are the b0 and b1. So the first is the y, it is the dependent variable or the response to the variable in y. So x is the independent variable or the predictor or explanatory in x variable. So BO is the intercept value of y when x equals 0. So the B1 also the slope and the regression line. So here we are the data that have been given by Sir Kanama. So first is the maintenance, copy paste, then made it into the maintenance into a cost or x, then age or car age into years, so y age. So so to find the independent variable on these 5 questions, I must use the method that Sir Kanama have been given or discussed to us. Then here are the y age and x cost to get the xi minus x average. So I must get the difference of the line number of the first number or first cost to get the difference in this average. So the average here are the average in the x cost is 411. So let's get the first lock equal lock. So click, then minus don't forget to lock by using the dollar sign. So then click enter by getting the first number to the minus the sum or the average. So it generates negative 291.5. So we need to copy paste it from first to the last or the 12. So also to get the yi of the average of this y is to get to same as the first the thing that I do, I must get the difference or minus it. So minus the first digit, then minus to the average, then lock. Click enter. Gets negative 8.91667 and copy for the rest. So it's automatically have good. So next is to multiply the thing that I've been minus from x to the average and yi to average yi. So multiply the two equals, click, multiply. So m23 multiplied by n23, lock by using the dollar sign. Click enter. So it has 2596.979. Then copy paste for the rest. Here are the x minus average x, then squared. So you need to do is to type power, then from x follows then squared, enter, generates 400,000. Don't forget to lock. Copy for the rest. So to get the sum, there's automatically sum over there. Auto sum. Oops. Save the okay. Check, double check. Okay, so gonna save sa una. Okay, it's okay. So here are the sum of the multiplied by 2, then squared. So it gets the 23,256.25, then squared 293,000, 2,934,857. So here we are to get the independent variable and the dependent variable. Then to predict, wait, I'm going to get the chart here over by using cutter. Here I'm going to use the cutter by getting the data, select data from x axis to y and click enter. So it shows that 0.25 6 and so to get the first y, so you need to have the slope of the two. So slope from K23 to K34, then by the x cost from L23 to L34, and click enter. So also to get the add intercept, so you must have the type intercept, then click the 2 by and click enter. So here are the intercept 1.3525. So in getting the predicted number, we must use the 135 intercept and predicted. So use 135 plus 0.7, then click the 0, then click enter, then it also same as this 1, and 1 is 1.423. By getting the 176 in 2,500, and ako para lang ano, then also to get the B1 is to divide the sum of the multiplied by then squared x and y, x squared, x and y multiplied and x squared. So divide the sum. So to BO is to get the B1, then minus it by multiplying the y average multiplied by the x average. So click enter, then generate the 8.65658. So next is to get the R. Here are my to get the R. So I pasted the 2 digit, then first this shows that I must multiply it or multiply by itself, then so multiplied equals, click, then multiply by the same area. So click enter. So and the rest copy paste for the rest. So, I'll also get the sum of this. What the sum? There. What the sum? So to get the multiplied by itself, also copy. Also multiplied by itself the y or the age, 9, then get that also the sum. So this is the sum. Oops. Sum. So to get the number, must count by this all 12 or 1 to 12. So it is generated by the count of the rows. How that the so to get the R, this is the R. I just followed what Sir did. Then first is to get the methods of the R. So get the number multiplied by the magkuha pa tayo diri sa kan. request. So we all need to multiply the two x and y. So 300. Copy for the rest. And also get this out. So it has finished. Then the methods that I've given is to multiply the number to the multiplied x, to the sum of the multiplied x and y. So minus to the x, to the sum of the x, then multiplied by the sum by the sum of the y. So then square, then get the number, then multiplied to the multiplied average of the y of the x, then minus it by the average of the x, by the average of sum of the x, then multiplied it by itself, then multiply and the number multiplied by itself and sum of the multiply itself and y, then minus it to the sum of the y, then multiplied by itself. So the answer is 0.992. To get the R2 is to multiply by itself, multiply the R to itself because it is the R squared. So multiply by itself squared. So the answer is then for the R2 R squared and the R. So here are my expectation on getting the car age equals to 4, because it doesn't shows that 4.5 here. So I estimated the value of x cost and getting the difference or minusing it, then having the 5 middle variable. So to get this are, so the 120 minus 115 minus 120 minus 115, then add by, then plus 115 and minus 2.5. So the difference of 120 and 115 is 5. Then the center of the 5 are 2.5, so that's why it's 2.5. Click enter and it generates that the 4.5 years is 117.5 cost. So that's all. Thank you.